crazy. Let's read some Glitch in the Matrix stories. Hi, Matrix. Hi. I debated whether to reveal this experience, but after discovering you 2 months ago, I decided to share my strange story. Please bear with me as it is quite a long one. Woo! We love it. This happened when I was 16. Now at 45, nearly 30 years later, I want to recount the events that I finally remember. At the end of February this year, while I was at home, I fainted, falling unconscious in a coma for almost 19 days due to meningitis, which I hadn't realized that I had. Everything seemed normal afterward. I spent days with my family, and my eldest daughter helped me recover for months. My mother and sister suggested that I go to Nana's, my grandmother's house, in Texas for a while in May with my daughter. My family and I had lived in the family farm in Texas before sister and I went to college in New York to finish our study after we both dropped out of college. I reluctantly accepted because I felt an inexplicable unease about that place. I mention this because I always loved that house and had many good memories there, but also a bad one that didn't stop me from enjoying my holidays there. I was attacked by a coyote. This detail is important later. Oh my God, you were attacked by a coyote. However, I felt a strange tightness in my chest. To ensure I wasn't alone, my youngest niece, Darcy, offered to accompany me after my daughter broke her feet and she couldn't come. The following week, we both flew to Texas. Upon arrival, I continued to have this unsettling feeling that I couldn't shake, and day by day, I couldn't enjoy my vacation and I felt unsafe in the house. Nights were the worst, feeling like I mustn't go to sleep or something bad will happen. One day, I remember vividly, Darcy and I were looking through Nana's old photo albums, chatting and relaxing until she came across a picture of our former lab dog, Coconut. I felt strangely ill. Darcy mentioned how Lily had told her about Coconut and some details that I was sure my sister had shared with her about our childhood with our only dog that my mother let us have until we moved to our house. Then Darcy mentioned a detail that sent me spiraling. The mother was devastated when it was attacked by a coyote. But that wasn't right, I thought. I remember that moment, but it was getting more and more blurry, as if it was an imagined memory and I had in my mind 2 different events. Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I felt bad, and without making much drama, I went to my room for the evening and scribbled on a sheet all of the details that came to me with more clarity than I expected. I vividly remember the summer I was 16 when my older sister Lily, who was 21 at the time and dropped out her last year of college, she was staying at home, met a boy named Barty at a cafe who had visited our house several times and got in our family and heart. Barty had quickly become part of our family, always sweet and polite, showing interest in my grandfather's stories. I thought he was just being polite to Grandpa, but now that I think about it, it was like he knew what he was talking about. Stuff about World War II, where he was a pilot. He had unmatched charm and was seductively beautiful. I had a crush on him. Also, my sister, who I think was dating him, it was never clear to me if they were more than friends. I started to remember everything perfectly. It was a Friday night because my parents always went to the disco to dance on Friday nights and stayed until the morning with some friends of theirs. It was just me, Barty, Nana, Grandpa, and Lily. Lily and Barty were bundled up for a movie night. Our parents were okay with him staying over. I had gone earlier to my best friend Katie, who lived a few hills down from us. Due to a misunderstanding, I got angry and left in the middle of the night around 2 or 3 a.m. Back then, that's how it was. Parents didn't worry too much because we were in the community. I took a shortcut that led directly behind the house, intending to enter quietly to avoid disturbing anyone. When I jumped the fence, it was very dark, but the light of the kitchen door that was open just in half. And I remember seeing Barty sitting with Coconut in his arms, a little bent over him. Coconut, although he was an 8-year-old dog, was not usually affectionate. The kitchen light was streaming into the garden. I saw clearly that Barty had blood in his mouth and on his clothes, and Coconut's head was in an odd position. Was he eating Coconut? Barty looked at me and dropped Coconut as if she were trash, and I screamed. I screamed as loudly as I could, and I tried to run into the house. When I reached the sliding door, I was forcefully pushed into the fixed window, his face near me. He's gonna get you too! I cried and in my fear wet myself. I was too scared to look anywhere but his face in fear that something would happen to me. He was next to me, speaking softly about lots of things like, "You shouldn't have seen this," or it's okay, all in a soft tone, but not even a little remorse in his eyes, which were black with yellow irises. When I try to remember this, I feel sick. During his attempts to calm me down or trying, I somehow hit him, causing him to fall on his back. I curled to the open door and quickly ran up the stairs trying to call for my sister. At one point, I thought I was safe, but I was cornered in a service bathroom that it won't open. I curled up in a ball with my knees to my chest in the corner when he slowly came after me. I screamed for my sister again, but no one could hear me. I feared he had killed her in the house and cried and prayed. Barty approached, grabbing my hair roughly, and said something like, "It was a coyote, Dorcas," repeating it several times. After that, I recall only fragments of being dragged down the stairs, and then I wake up in the hospital. Wait, is your name Dorcas? Or like, is that like some weird word that he was saying for like a spell? This is freaking crazy. For 30 years, I had the memory of the coyote in my mind. And after this incident, that memory is like a thought, and this replaces it with very vivid details, along with even more vivid feelings. My memory was that I had seen Coconut being attacked by a coyote and had intervened, getting bitten in the process. I vaguely remember being taken to the hospital because my sister and grandma found me screaming in the night. I still have marks from what looks like a bite and when something ripped my shoulder. I still wonder how it was possible for me to remember and others to forget. Over the years, Grandma developed Alzheimer's. She sometimes asked about Barty and tried to tell stories about him, but I never paid much attention because of her condition. With recent events, I think Alzheimer's made Nana remember what I think was a vampire. Maybe this won't seem as crazy to you as it does to me, but now that I have a different perspective on the supernatural and how traumatic this experience has been for me. Thanks, and I love your channel on TikTok, and I tried writing this in with as much detail as I can remember, even though it troubles me. Sending love to you. Sending love to you! Oh my God. So wait, do we think that this was a vampire and maybe he was like trying not to hurt humans so he would get blood from animals, which is why he was getting blood from the dog? Maybe he was like so freaking hungry and so he had needed something, so he like took the dog, which is why even though you were attacked, you're okay, because like he was just trying, he was only attacking you because you were freaking out and he was trying to like calm you down and put this little spell on you, like telling you that you never saw anything. This is so freaking crazy. I can't believe he put this spell on you that like had you thinking something else happened for 30 years. I swear these stories just keep getting like crazier and crazier. Like, what? I'm so glad that you're okay. I mean, I know you're probably not mentally and emotionally okay right now because you have recalled these events, but I mean, at least physically, like you're okay and you're around. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm Auntie Matrix, and if you like stories like this, make sure that you follow me, and you can send me yours here to this email address if you'd like to. We believe you.